and welcome everybody to Locked On Lads TV. It is Peter Wilkinson here. We are having technical difficulties, but we are fairly close to being ready to go. I am, like I said, Peter Wilkinson. I'm here tonight with the amazing and absolutely fabulous Carl Wilkinson Withy as we get ready for Atlanta Motor Speedway and all the action that this will bring tonight. We have the wrong cameras up and not much is live on Facebook right now, but let's get ready to go live and I'll fix it up as we go along. Carl, welcome.
The Affinity Construction Atlanta Motor Speedway ANZCAR Thunder Series. We are just getting around the final corner. The pace car is pulling in. It is round number 6 of the Thunder Series, and it is Ryan Jones leading away with Jason Martin on the outside, Dyson just behind him. Ryan Jones really pushing hard to get the Season 2 championship. He wants it. He's hungry. He really wants to get a title under his belt. He's got some good victories in there, but he really wants to get that championship there. We've seen Jason Martin have a bit of resurgence recently in the Cup last week, and of course Dyson is forever strong. Stephen Doug just sitting in behind with Neil Pearson, a big strong DPR field up at the front at the moment. Watch out for Dave Douglas as well, sitting there in 7th. Ruben Phelps, Ben Vickers and Luke Traher count out our top 10. Jason Martin takes the lead of the race, so for lap 1 it is Jason Martin in the lead of the race as we get going here for round number 6 at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Sorry everyone for the delay, but we are racing. Like I said, shout out to Josh Micklemore from probably his 300th, I've been told. 300th race in ANZCAR is an absolute amazing treat. Ryan Jones did message me. We said he was just not bothered last week, but no, he was actually up in Darwin working. Something to do with V8s. I don't know what was going on up there, but something to do with V8s. But he is very keen, as Carl said. Hamish Gallagher looking in the background there to start to make a move to come around the outside of the DPR cars there. Let's see if he can make that move stick. If I can go back to there, he does hold the line above the number 9 and behind Andrew Dyson, who has been in every one of my interviews for the last 45 weeks on all our broadcasts at the moment. There's 3 wide, Dave Douglas in the middle of some absolute craziness. And it's good to have you back, Carl. I know you're not quite ready to be back, but thank you for joining us tonight as I quickly get a few more things lined up on the background so I can talk less and do more.
Yeah, Stevie Doug just having a big moment. He runs up very high, almost touches the wall. He's taking a very high line at the moment. It's going to help reduce some of the tyre wear, but it is the slow way around the track. You can see Ruben Phelps is absolutely nibbling at his heels. Luke Traher taking the lower line at the moment. Dave Douglas pushing his way up nicely. Watch out for Hamish Gallagher. He is the championship leader for a reason. As all big contact into the wall goes. Who was that in the background? That was Matt Hunter. Matt Hunter having a big moment there, just running. No, it wasn't. Sorry, Matt Hunter.
Matt's doing that night.
Yeah, it was Matt Knight. Sorry, Matt Hunter just went to avoid him. So Jaeger and Hunter both had to take a big avoiding action of Matt Knight there. Matt Knight just about managed to keep that car out of everybody's way, but that was a big moment for everybody involved. That was a big wake-up call for everybody, especially for Mr. 300 himself, Mr. Josh Micklemore, who almost went straight into the back of Matt Knight as they entered turn 1. Meanwhile, up at the front, it is a battle for P3 at the moment between between Dyson and Gallagher. Gallagher getting the move done, getting a really nice job getting the overtake on Andrew Dyson, and Dave Douglas is looking to make a pass. But Jason Martin at the moment has managed to pull out a substantial lead. Ryan Jones just sitting in behind him at the moment.
Yeah.
Busy boy at the moment, Ryan, but he's really doing a good job of keeping up the pace.
Yeah, look, Ryan Jones is always going to be there and thereabouts. He's proving this season that the new Skittles is his better look, and he's here to race. It's going to be interesting to see how these two go. We're hearing about 57 laps for fuel, I believe, of the 97 lap race. That doesn't seem right.
Ooh.
But
Ben Vickers just had a big moment. Sorry, Wilco.
That's okay. You ooh and ah as much as you want. Lets me know something's going on. We're back here with Ben Vickers as he is too wide with the 300 plus club, Michael Skurlock, as he goes around Gurley taking that low line. Ben Vick is staying high, and that looks like Ruben Phelps in front, who's there and thereabouts, with Luke Trahair just holding line as well. Popping his head out behind, we're talking about Mirko Dortnak. Now I've murdered Mirko's last name. Mirko had a good race here last time, I believe. Carl?
Yeah, I think it was Atlanta a long time ago. I think it's where we saw Mirko get his maiden ANZCAR victory in the Cup Series, I believe it was. I'm trying to think. It was one of the. It was Atlanta or a track very similar to it, but
let's just call
Mirko,
it Atlanta. He won't watch it. He won't correct us. It's fine. Atlanta. There it was. It happened.
Yeah, he got a win, but it's pulling the trigger on the tyres. Tyre wear is a big issue here at a track like this, and if we get a green period like we're getting right now, if we have a long green stint, then those green flag stops can really make a difference. And if you come in early, say 20 laps earlier than everybody else on that final stint, you can sometimes get yourself a huge advantage to the end of the race, and people can struggle to catch you up. So watch out for people trying some different strategies. Few people are probably going to try the 2-stop strategy tonight as well, because that right front tyre is going to be burning up. Watch out for the rear tyres as well. Of course, these Xfinity cars do not have much grip on the rear. They don't have much downforce, and that does cause them to slip and slide a little bit, and you can get a little bit too much heat in the rear tyres. That's what happened to Ben Vickers, and the back end just stepped out on him mid-corner. And that's one of the harder things to get used to driving these cars, is when you do sort of overheat those tyres without you even knowing it sometimes. If you just put your foot down a little bit too early in the mid-corner and just get a little bit of wheel spin.
Whoa,
Dave Douglas just catching the wall there. And that is from that right front tyre just losing grip, and he's just run up a bit too high. He's not gotten into the corners early enough. He's had Neil Pearson passing him on the inside, and Douglas has been caught up on the outside. He's tried to turn in, he's just not got the grip there. He's caught the wall in the first section of the turn, and that has thrown him off for the rest of the corner. Then he's bounced around the corner, and quite a bit of damage to the number 10, unfortunately, of Double D, Dave Douglas.
Yeah, it is a shame, Dave. He needs to. Oh, look at the damage down that right hand side. There's a nice little scrape there, which will hurt. But it's good to see him racing every week. But yeah, he needs to. I would like to see him up in the booth again. We haven't talked to him in a while. We talked to him once in a long time, I think, since we've been doing Locked On Lads TV. It needs to happen more often, Dave Douglas. Get good. Quick little behind the scenes of what's going on right now. I've got my brand new PC, the broadcasting behemoth that is the beautiful Locked On Lads TV machine, and I sillily decided to have a crack at getting it ready for tonight, and it was ready. We were going to go live, but it's frozen on me 3 times, so I've got to do some tech support and find out what's going on with this brand new PC, why it is freezing just randomly on me. But everything was looking so good as well. The race was looking amazing. Everything was looking great. So I can't wait to actually bring you these new pictures and some of the new options we've got going with this as well. But for now, we're back on the old PC. It was a quick change last minute. That's why we're late to broadcast. Sorry about that. And welcome, Lockie, to the chat on Facebook. Yes, Carl, it is good to have you back, as Lockie says.
Thanks, Lachlan. Enjoying England, I hope. I was going to say World Cup, you have to buy your computer and a couple of little socks to keep it warm if it's freezing that much. But Lachlan over in the UK at the moment, he's on the European tour with Joshua Carroll Walden at the moment. Not together, but both those drivers over in Europe at the moment, separate parts of Europe, but they are having a good time exploring the world at the moment. So I hope you have fun. Meanwhile, in the race is Jason Martin in the lead, just ahead of Ryan Jones at the moment. It's good to see the purple Mitch Motorsport car back up at the front. It's been a long time since we've seen Martin having some good runs, and him having a good run tonight, it will really boost his confidence. Meanwhile, there's a good battle going on a little bit further back. Kobe Jordan, Gary Wellman, Aidan Schultz and Ben Vickers has just pulled away from this one. But Gary Wellman, I've sort of noticed he's been having a little bit of the car's not been holding on right. It's just a little bit wiggly. He's not looking comfortable in that car at the moment. Just got to say, it looks like his tyres he might have burnt his tyres a little bit too early and just struggling a little bit. He might be able to get it back a bit later in the stint as the tyres even off. He might just be able to cool them down a little bit, but he's just been struggling for the last few laps. He's just behind them. Who was that having a big moment? I think it might have been Dave Douglas just having another big moment going into the corner. But yeah, a few people struggling out there now with their tyres.
David Douglas has gone way back. Sorry, I've just noticed that he's back down to 20th right now. Dropping 10. No, technically he's up 10 spots. What's going on? He's up 9 now. He had a good rampage and now he's going backwards. Obviously, that damage is hurting him, and the tyres, as you said, is hurting him.
Down 14 spots. So yeah.
Well, that's part of me having ATVO up late, I think. Don't worry, on Sunday night it decided to finish the race with 25% of the race to go. ATVO did.
It's fun.
So nothing was updating, nothing was happening. It was great. Quickly, just let's go back up the front here while I've lost my timing monitor again, since I just got rid of it because it was being silly. Just want to quickly shout out, we never do this properly, so let's do it tonight. Affinity Constructions brings us tonight's race. The Affinity Constructions 150 at Atlanta. What team do they sponsor? Which is Mitch Motorsports. So it's very good.
Just leading at the moment.
That's why we're back on him. How good's that? What do you do? Affinity Constructions Australia is a privately owned construction management company founded in Canberra. Ooh, what a horrible place. That's probably why my computer's freezing as well. Over the past 18 years, ACA has grown to be able to provide their services a comprehensive client base nationwide, run from their offices in Canberra and Shoalhaven. Oh, what a beautiful spot of the world. ACA specialises in all the areas of constructions, and the main focus being on project development, design management, cost planning, construction refurbishment, fit-out works, and maintenance works. They're in Canberra, Nowra, New South Wales. And how do you get in touch? They'll give me a number, 0262808240, or info@affinityconstructions.com.au, or the website affinityconstructions.com.au. Well done for bringing us tonight's race. The other people bringing tonight's race is Carl. Great to have you back, mate.
It's nice to be able to sliver up here in the booth as much as I can. But yeah, no, big thank you to Affinity. They jumped on board with the trucks this season. Unfortunately, untelevised at the moment, the trucks, but they've been very much a big sponsor on board the Mitch Motorsport cars. And if you're going to sponsor a team, Mitch Motorsport is definitely one to take a bit of a punt on, because they tend to do very well. Got one of the After Dark cars there. I think that's Tom. Oh, it's Luke. Tom Neal's a bit further up. It's Luke Georgeson, the Adelaide-based driver down in Dingy. He is just there, just ahead of Tex. Yeah, just ahead of Mr. Tex himself, Tex Linder, in the new Ripe Cherry-sponsored car. He's ripe for racing. Just sitting behind him, we've got Dave Douglas, of course, just falling back, unfortunately, with that damage. And then we've got the two SRM cars, the SRM mobile braking mechanical cars of Nolly Tompkins and Nathan Rollock, just sitting there, just driving nice and smoothly at the moment, not putting too much pressure on. Wesley Close, he's dropped back a little bit, unfortunately. He's got some damage on that car, so he's having a bit of a rough one tonight, Closey, which is a shame. Matt Knight as well, he's been struggling. Adam Malone is almost getting lapped by the actual by the leaders. He's just in front of, he's getting lapped actually. He is a lap down, so he's just in front of one of the DPR cars. And unfortunately, we've lost Tom Pritchard, and I believe we've lost Mark Johansson as well. So, shame on that one. But up front, we've got a bit of a race starting to happen, as we've got Jones starting to put the attack on Jason Martin. Martin has had a really good lead at the moment. He's able to run a really nice low line. Been watching his drive at the moment, and he's just kissing the apron, just running the white line every lap, and that's something. Oh, as we have a big moment down the back, as who's that having a big off?
Mark Mirko.
It is Mirko. Is he coming into pit lane? It looks like he is. So, is this the Dornack special? Are we seeing the Mirko special tonight of him coming in, getting tyres early?
That'll be a 3-stop strategy. Unless he's going to do a massive mid-stint. Maybe.
Might be a massive mid-stint here, so could be an interesting little strategy here.
Very interesting. What's the pit lane transit time going to be this, you reckon?
Should be looking about 50 seconds.
Just out of interest, Adam Malone on my timing is actually done a stop.
Yeah, so Adam Malone not actually doesn't say he's done a pit stop on my timing. It's not. Okay. He's not come through pit lane.
That's weird.
I'll just double check that, but I don't believe he has. I think he's just. No, if he'd done a pit stop, he'd be a lot further down than he is. So, yeah, he is just running...
It's weird. It's got 21.4 seconds for transit time, which doesn't make any sense either. Just so you understand my little quip there, Stevie Hoppet, I've been podcasting for about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years now, and the guys I've been doing it for week in, week out before this were a pair of Canberra lads. So it's just native for me to go bagging Canberra. I apologise. It's a beautiful place in the world. Just the tourists there are pretty ordinary, I hear. The ones that come down for 3 weeks of work a year and sit in that house.
Just jumping back quickly, Neil Pearson had fallen back. Wow. He is struggling a little bit. Looks like his tyres may have just started to go off a little bit. He tried to make a bit of a move on Hamish, and then he's just been struggling because Luke Trahare's managed to make a move on him.
I want to jump to Josh Mickelmore and Raymond Jaeger for a second too. So Josh Mickelmore, Mr. 300 man for ANZCAR, is just finally making that move stick. Just got past Raymond Jaeger there.
We on the same...
Actually
not. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking of Matty Ray. That just shows how absolutely with it I am.
A move right now as well, though, on Nigel Patton. You made me scared. Then I'm like, the live thing's not up because ATVO's just not having a good time tonight. But yeah, I am live. It's all good.
You are indeed.
I finished last week with replay.
Oh, look,
don't tell anyone that.
Easy mistake to make, but we are joined up in the booth by a driver that was out there, Mr. Mark Johansson. Mark, how you going?
Yeah, good, Carl. Good to hear you back on the in the booth, mate.
It's nice to be back. I'm not 100% with it. I'm here. I'm here in body, maybe not in spirit. You've been out there for a little bit tonight. How's the track?
Mate, it's going to tighten up real bad. I feel. I was just started the race, and I had a few issues on Saturday night, and iRacing crashed on me. So I was just using this as a bit of a test session to make sure I'm right tomorrow night for the broadcast, and make sure everything's running smoothly.
Well, hopefully things are running smooth as Wilco's face. It's the smooth baby face of Mr. Peter Wilco Wilkinson.
You've really lost it, Carl. I remember when you were good and you know what you're talking about. Not anymore.
That's it. It's long gone from the days where I used to be good. But yeah, it's looking like it's a good race out there tonight. Unfortunately, it looks like Mirko may have pulled out due to connections, the same as Matt Knight. So we have lost Matt. Matt Knight's actually got back out on track, maybe? No,
Matt Knight's off. Yeah, Mirko's still in pits, according to me as well. So yeah, there's some weird stuff going on tonight. Mike, we just had massive connection, weird voice things with you, Carl, for a second there. So I don't know what's going on. Nothing's working.
I know Mirko was having struggling a little bit in practice, and there's a few guys out there that are struggling in with the practice. The tyres are going to go off real quick here, especially that right front.
Sorry, big moment there for Ryan Jones. He just had a huge slide in the mid-corner of turn 4. Managed to catch it, but that lost him a lot of momentum, and he's going to fall back towards Dyson. But yeah, exactly what you're saying, Mark, is people are struggling with tyres, and we've seen it a few people, a lot of damage on cars out there. There are a lot of cars, especially further back, that have damage. Matt Hunter has actually come into pit lane now, so pretty much bang on the 2-stop mark for Matty Hunter. So I wonder if we'll see people actually looking to come into pit lane to do a two-stop strategy because they are struggling on tyres.
Yeah, look, I would definitely look at it, especially some of these guys who have probably gone a little bit too hard too early. Really big move. Well, I've got no data on it, but Luke Trahare's made his way up. He's got ahead of Hamish Gallagher as we we're talking there as well, so he's passed both Neil Pearson and Hamish Gallagher. He now has Dyson in his sights, but Dyson has also skipped away and he's really closing in on the back of Jones now to make things a little bit more interesting up front. But Jason Martin is controlling this field right now. What do you do if you're Jason Martin, if you're controlling this race, Carl? At this stage of the race, you don't even think about a two-stopper. You just keep going wherever your tyres are good, I assume?
If I was Jason Martin, I'd have a lot more victories under my belt and be much better than I am at driving cars. But no, he's probably going to be able to sit out there for a little bit longer, keep it going, but he's got to keep his eye on the rest of the field. If everybody else comes into pit lane, he's going to have to actually make the call as well because the time is going to just drop. Dave Douglas coming into pit lane now. I think he might be parking it, unfortunately, so I think that might be it for Dave Douglas. But we've got to move for the second place as Ryan Jones has got passed by Andrew Dyson, and just a little bit further back, sorry as I just elbow my microphone there, Hamish Gallagher.
Neil Pearson's up in the wall. He got really loose in the back there.
He made a big move on Hamish Gallagher. He absolutely went underneath him. He managed to save it. He saved the rear end of that car. So really nice save there by Pearson. But I reckon he just put a little bit more heat in those tyres, especially at the fact that they've worn down a bit. And that's going to be a struggle. And Mark, you can attest to this, is when the tyres start wearing down, when the rubber starts sort of wearing off these tyres, they heat up very quickly, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I was just going to say, what you've got to be careful too, he's coming out of turn 2 there. If you're up against the wall, there's a couple of little nasty bumps, and that makes the car real light and pushes you around a little bit. So that's I think that's what caught Dyso out there is those couple of bumps. But also, Carl, don't be surprised if you see a few guys just going for the right side tyres here tonight.
Very good strategy. Just quickly, we're going to go just watching Matty Hunter here. He's one of the ones who have pitted. Current lap time 32 flat versus the leaders of 33.4s at the moment.
Just out of interest, the lights aren't coming on. So hopefully the floodlights will turn on soon, because otherwise we're going to be in some real trouble here tonight.
Did ANZCAR not pay the electricity bill yet again? Jesus. If you need to donate now, please, to ANZCAR.com. I don't know if it's a website or not, but anyway.
Yeah, look, Edward Foster's obviously missed the electric bill. This is why he's not here tonight, because he's just gone and hid his head in shame, because he's forgotten to pay the electric bill.
Voice. His second choice on paying the electrical bill as well. Poor guy. Andrew Dyson is not able to get away here from Ryan Jones, and Luke Trahare's coming on the back of these guys. Very interesting. Like, these are, like I was just about to say, 33.5 second laps. Matty Hunter's flying. Even better than Nathan Rawlock, who's pitted. Noddy's not pitted. Adam Malone has pitted, but Matty Hunter is carving the field up right now.
Yeah. So Malone hasn't stopped. Jaeger has just come into the pit lane. So Jaeger has come in to stop. Honestly, what I would be doing right now is just trying to stick out there as, that's a big moment. Look, Matty Hunter getting very lucky there. Honestly, I think I'd be sticking out there on the tyres. If these floodlights don't come on, the race is going to be stopped. What I would be doing right now is actually just sticking it out there as long as possible, because eventually it's going to get to a stage where you can no longer race because there's not going to be enough light if those floodlights don't switch themselves on.
Can't we play Marco Polo with the cars?
Like, I did another series that I used to commentate on Ozpass. We did a race in the 90s Audi touring cars at Lime Rock, I think it was, and they'd set the timing wrong and it went quite dark, and obviously no headlights on that car, so it got to a stage they were following the pace car, and the only way you could see the cars was because we could see them just the only way you could see the cars were when they were sort of going past the pace car's headlights. It can be a bit awkward out there. It'll be interesting to see how these guys go, who's been eating their carrots, and who's got good night vision, because I think they're going to need it tonight.
Just out of interest too, Matty Hunter has got about 10 seconds on Raymond Yeager here, as Gary Wellman is coming down to the pit lane as well. So that just shows in that handful of laps, that undercut is huge. It's going to be obviously towards the end of the race. How's Matty going to go on tyres at that stage? Or is, depending on what happens with the lights, of course. Welcome, Dennis, to Facebook chat. I haven't seen you in ages, mate. We miss you. I'm glad to have you back. But Matty Hunter's flying at the moment. Still 32.3s. The leaders are in the 33.4, 33.5 still as we go back up to Dyson at the moment. I actually just thought my game I'd played with some settings and made it look dark, but this is getting dark as Luke Trahere gets to a podium spot at the moment.
It's getting very dark. I don't know if you know, Mark. I don't know if there's any commands that we could do as administrators to actually turn the track lights on.
Can someone Google that for us, please?
Yeah.
I don't think there is.
Maybe Matty Hunter knew this from the start. He goes, I'm going to go pit now, get as much undercut as I can. And then, because Matty Hunter's even got...
It's definitely, I've never seen this before, it's definitely some sort of, bug with the track, because they should just automatically come on. So it's going to be interesting to see how long we go here, because, Ryan Jones coming in pit lane, I think. So Ryan Jones is coming to pit lane. Meanwhile, Andrew Dyson is making a jump for the lead ahead of Jason Martin. Dyson, who is absolutely doing a great job out there in the dark. Mr. Andrew the Bat Dyson using his echolocation at the moment to keep driving in the dark at the moment. Luke Trahere just behind him. These boys have the... one of the things for Dyson and Trahere is they do a lot of GT racing, and so they're kind of used to this sort of dull darkness, I imagine, and it might actually pay dividends.
Is that because their soul is dull and dark for doing GT racing? Is that what you're trying to say, Carl?
Well, no, it's just, obviously when you're doing the Enduros, you do get this time of night where you switch your headlights on, but
I was just going to say quickly, Luke Trahere going half a second a lap quicker than Jason Martin here as well. Watch out for Jason to fall into Luke's scripts. I would, if I was Jason, I'd be looking at that pit stop window right about now. Just out of interest too, going back to the pack, Matty Hunter has come out stayed ahead of Ryan Jones.
Yeah, he would have gained a huge amount of time. This is what I was talking about. The undercut is a huge advantage here.
The Rosenfeld coming in.
I'll tell you what, jump on board with Luke Trahere. Just jump on the onboard at the moment.
I don't know if I can do that, Carl.
There we go. This gives you an idea of the vision. This is the vision that the drivers can see at the moment, and it is getting very gloomy very quickly. I think Mark has just said there's no track lights at this track, apparently, which, considering I can see
them. They're right there.
Yeah.
They're there in real life.
They're painted on. They're like Lightning McQueen's headlights in Cars 1.
iRacing hasn't got them working in the sim yet.
Yeah, that's weird, because
they're there.
They are there. I think Hamish Gallagher might have had a bit of contact with Matty Hunter. So Matty Hunter and Hamish Gallagher. So Hamish Gallagher's struggling right now. He's falling back. This is really, really interesting.
So just have it for a second, guys. I know we got onto the race late, but remember how light it was at the start of the race to how dark it is now? That's 51 laps in. We've still got 46 to go.
I don't think it's going to make it those 46
laps.
Okay,
so Ryan Jones has just taken provisional part of the lead for the crew at the back of the field by taking Matty Hunter as he goes past Neil Pearson there as well. For the lap down, guys. Actually, there's a whole heap of people pitting right now. Pit lane is Chockers.
Norman Clark, Tristan Koch, Wesley Casey's come in, Hamish Gallagher's come in.
Dyson's staying out though, doing 33.6s at the moment with Luke Trahere 33.7s. Jason Martin dropped into the 34s at the moment.
back of Dyson's car is not looking good. The rear of that thing is falling off, and the one thing I've got to be careful of right now is punctures, because the tyres, I think, are going to be very much on the limit of what's left. So I think, as I said, they're going to use the strategy of just sticking it out as long as possible, because obviously there is going to become a stage where we are going to have to red flag this race.
Hamish is in.
I don't know. You can drive off the
I think
fuel.
fuel's going to be the problem though. Now Dyson's going to only have about 4 or 5 laps left of fuel. Best.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be interesting. And yeah, but like, look,
Who would have thought we'd be having this conversation tonight of all the things? I thought my PC braking was enough.
This could bring a really interesting finish to the race. I mean, look, if somebody's been fuel saving,
Just out of interest, Ryan Jones is about to unlap himself, I think, here.
Yeah, he will be. He's going to be right up there. But he's going to be, as I said, he's going to be just. He's got to get up there, because there's going to be
How fast he's catching up on the back of Dyson here. Just the grip around that corner is just phenomenal.
There is going to be a point here where it's going to have to be. There's going to have to be a. I think we're going to have to put out a.
The discussion will be had.
Yeah, the pace car will have to come out, or the flag will have to be dropped. But sticking it out there as long as you can could be a good idea, because you could gain yourself a few positions. But obviously, coming in early, I think it's going to be the right way.
Car there. being the dark version as well. I'm glad to see him back out there. But
exactly, I mean,
yeah, I would have seen Matty Hunter actually. Matty Hunter's got a nice black car. You can't quite see that. Let's go from the chopper view and let's see what the chopper can bring up. Yeah, there's not much there to be seen.
I think
ANZCAR Thunder, bring on the Thunder, bring some light back into the race.
we need a thunderstorm to come in. We need a thunderstorm just so we get some lightning, so we can actually get some light on this track. Because the only cars you can see at the moment are the DPR cars, which are
Here we
pitting.
go. Dyson's in, going sideways as he does, coming into the thing. 39 seconds is usually transit time. He was about 29 seconds ahead of Ryan Jones, which will put him back around about 8th. I reckon he's going to pop out, but he'll have the freshest tyres. So towards the end of the race, you watch him come back, if there is an end to this race. There's 40 laps to go. She's getting pretty dark pretty quick now.
I say, if we carry on this race, I mean, look, I can just about see Ryan Jones's car, who I'm looking at from the nose cam at the moment.
Yeah, sorry, I turned down the brightness on my game. That's what I did.
Yeah.
That's my brother ringing me. I can't take it right now. That is even worse. I've never seen a race look like that.
Oh, this is.
See, if we're doing V8s, it'd be fine. The lights would come on. People want to drive V8s. So
this is the issue when you've got stickers for headlights.
Interesting. Ruben Phelps has found himself in second out of all this. Matty Hunter's third. Hamish Gallagher's fourth. Matty's doing 33 threes already, okay? So Hamish Gallagher's just done a 31.9. Matty Hunter's... What's that?
The fact that we have not had a crash yet.
How is there no yellow flags?
I know. We have had so many races where we have had perfect visibility and we have had, caution fests. And
Schultz is coming in for a second stop. The two-stop strategy.
I think.
No, it's a first stop.
No, his second stop. He came in recently, so I think Aiden might just be pulling in, just unable to see.
He's got some scratches down the side of the car. I think that's what that is in the dark.
I tell you what, boys, I'm on board with Matty Hunter, and one of the cars in front of him, he scraped the wall, and I tell you what, the sparks that were coming off that wall were unreal.
Here we go. Let's go on board. You can see that. Look at the backfiring from the cars there. The exhaust pumping the fire out there. It looks amazing in this.
This would be fine for the Austral Asia series as well, around the V8s on the track.
Even the Sunco light. Look at the Sunco lights. iRacing have really done well turning the sponsorship lights on, but not the actual track lights. If you ever wanted to race blindfolded people, here it is.
Look, this is a test of skill, a new test of skill.
Oh, look at this. Dyson's coming back through the field here. He's up to the back of Luke Trahair. He's going to overtake Luke Trahair and Matty Hunter in just about one foul swoop. No, he's not quite got Luke Trahair. Luke Trahair's got pretty good tyres still. But Matty Hunter's now falling back through the field. It's a good roll of dice. If we had a red flag this race just a minute ago, he would have got a podium.
Yeah, it's... I mean, it's tricky, honestly. I mean, look, there's not been an accident. I mean, you know, it's a thing of, you know, do we throw a pace car out there and have a discussion about, you know, do we carry on? But considering these guys are carrying on, and they're carrying on at a fair look of pace as well,
Yeah,
they're still doing 2.7s.
If there's cars starting to crash and we're getting yellow after yellow, I think the next yellow is the time we have to have a fairly good discussion. But unfortunately, that's too late for someone.
Yeah, I think once the caution flag goes out, I think that will be the race. But a great job from all the drivers. I mean, obviously, you know, there is that joke of oval racing, you know, you're just turning left, but holy moly, you know, trying to do that, you know, even when it's fully light, Mark, it's not easy, is it?
Can we, do I have to describe this in this race, commentate this race in Braille soon? Is that what I've got to do?
Yeah, exactly. I do believe Ryan Jones actually has got a guide dog with him in the car. So he has got an unfair advantage at the moment of having a guide dog with him. That is helping him at the moment. So he's using a guide dog to get around the track. As Jones catches the wall, that's a big smack from Ryan Jones.
Just so you know, I had the gearbox cam on, and that looked amazing. The sparks flying out the back. You are right.
It's pretty spectacular, but I
think that'll be the end of his.
He's still going. He's got a 4-second lead over Phelps.
Really, jokes aside, like it's really hard to know where to look at the moment because whatever I show you, I'm not really going to show you anything. Like here we go, Jason Martin and Gary Wellman having a battle for 7th and 8th. I'm trying to describe it to you like the radio right now. As Jason Martin comes down the inside and clears Wellman as he pushes back to the front of the track.
I think Michael Scull may have just overtaken Neil Pearson. I can't really see at the moment, but just from timing. So I believe I'm going to have to go old school fashion.
There is a huge pack around Michael Scull, in fact.
Yeah,
Neil
so
Pearson,
at the moment there is a massive...
Josh Micklemore's made his way up fairly well.
So really from Skurlock down to Jaeger at the moment, so from 9th down to 14th at the moment, there's a huge close pack. Jason Martin just taking Matt Hunter now for 6th position. I'm just literally going to go off timing screens because I can't see anything on the track at the moment.
What's also impressive with this is that you can actually see the lights, the dash lights.
Dash lights, I was saying that before.
Dyson just taking Hamish Gallagher. So Dyson, I think Dyson is well worth having a look on board with at the moment because it's just the fact that he is absolutely flogging it around there. He is going at full pelt at the moment. He is not lifting off. He is setting times. He's down in the 32s at the moment.
Yes.
And pitch black. And he is absolutely going for it. He's just coming up to Ruben Phelps now.
He's going to take him on the outside. The only reason we can see these cars at the moment is because of their dash, because I'm from the chopper and we've got their dash lights are on.
We can see the exhaust flames and the lights when they maybe scrape a wall or just have the odd dash light.
Ryan Jones has lost 3 seconds in the last 3 laps, I think it is, on Andrew Dyson. As Andrew Dyson goes
Dyson
back,
has a big moment.
He's had a huge moment. That's going to cost him.
Huge moment into the wall.
I would show you a replay of that, but it's not really going to show you much.
You can see the sparks. A great job avoiding by everybody. The guys that avoided that did an amazing job.
He's still sideways. He's got the freshest tyres and he's still going sideways. Lucky he's the widest car out there. Yeah, Roy Clark, ANZCAR did not pay their bills. They're looking for sponsorship right now. If you can chuck any money their way. Hamish Gallagher's carving his way back up just in front as well, in between Ruben Phelps and Luke Trahair. This is nuts, watching these three battle it out. And how close is Hamish to the front? We're going to go on board again. Oh, my God. You don't know what.
I don't know what to say, in all honesty. I'm not the best at the moment.
We are
as we all
69
know,
laps into a 97 lap race. We've still got to do this for another just under 30 laps, everyone. This is chaos.
I feel like Matt Hunter's coming into the pit lane.
Oh, he's still with
This
a
is,
dropper.
I think.
Or he's just given up. He's going to try and look at the server. No, he's back out again. Tex is back out there again. Tex, like I said, he's lost his sponsorship because he hasn't been racing enough, but he's now the cherry ripe. But you can't tell. You could have any sponsorship on tonight. It'll be interesting. Now, Matty's a lap down. Will these tyres help him or not?
Well, it depends if we go for distance, because everybody's going to need to.
Well, these guys at the front are doing 33, so he's going to grab a second a lap on everyone at the moment. We've got just under 30. I don't think he's got enough time unless we get a caution, which the fact that we haven't had a caution tonight is ridiculous.
I know. I'm just dumbstruck by the fact we have not had a caution. I'm just.
You don't get this kind of racing anywhere.
I don't think you really want a caution.
No.
Because that'll take, what, 3 or 4 laps and it'll be pitch black by then.
I mean, it's already pitch black. I mean, you know, this is really helping the night crawl racing entry of Luke Dreher, of course. The night crawl car is crawling its way through the night. And the After Dark sim racing boys as well. Luke Georgeson having a good run up there, as well as Tom Neal. So After Dark and Night Crawl, the two teams of, you know, obviously night in the name. It's good for them, but
I can't even see anything there. There's 2 wheels. That's it.
Yeah.
This is the darkest I've seen a race track ever. Look at this, is in car. That's it. I don't know what to do, what to say to you guys, but there's going to be a crash here in a second. We're going to have to call it off.
Caution.
There it is, full course caution.
There it
and
is.
wow, we're on board with Luke Dreher. I don't know how he missed that car ahead. Who crashed? Anyone got it?
That car that was in the dark turning through one of them.
Unless Matty Hunter's just called it. I think we're going to have to red flag this race.
Yeah, I think
Dyson's out. Dyson's no longer in the server.
Yeah, Tex Lindsay.
Oh, they can't even. These guys can't even get in the pit lane. They're on the dirt, were they?
Yeah. Tex Lindsay caught somebody. Yeah. Tex Lindsay caught off the road and he went into Stevie Dub, I think it was.
Let's see what we can see.
Um.
Oh yeah, there it goes. Look at that. There's sparks and stuff.
But yeah, I think we're gonna have to call the race because yeah, we switched the lights off because we do not want to see Ryan Jones win a race.
I think he's gone too low on the track then.
He's gone too low. He's caught the grass.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. They're coming into pit lane, and everyone was just missing the tarmac.
Yeah, look, and people can't see a thing.
Yeah, this is classic. This is not classic. This is terrible.
Yeah.
Have we got word from anyone?
There's a lot of talk on the radio.
I can't see nothing. Hold on, someone's moving. It's Ryan Jones.
The race is being called.
There it is.
The race is being called, I believe, and it's going to be Ryan Jones.
The sad part of that is, I don't know whether we go back a couple of laps because Andrew Dyson's just gone from the server.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be a count back to before that caution, maybe. I don't know how we do it.
I just the race has definitely been called, boys.
Like Kane League. Yeah, let's just keep going, I reckon. Let's just do it.
I think there's an ambulance on track. I can see an ambulance lights on track at the moment.
They are pacing.
I don't think I've ever seen an ambulance in iRacing before, but there is an ambulance lights out there at the moment.
Can we go to the blimp? That's just the view from the blimp right now. We've got the 2 timing towers. There is...
dear.
I don't know what the rest of it is. The Sunco lights. That's it.
I tell you what, look, honestly, amazing job from every driver out there who. Amazing job from all the drivers who actually managed to keep driving out there in the pitch black. What I'm going to do is
Drag someone up here.
I'm going to.
I actually think that was Josh's 300th race.
It was,
Josh.
yeah. It was Nicomore's 300.
Let's just do that. We're going to talk to Ryan Jones eventually.
So yeah, a few people are keeping out there. So, but yeah, we will go and count back. I'm pretty sure. I think. But yes, it's.
I'm going to try and find something for us to look at here. Give me something that's actually colourful.
I'm going to try and find something. I think we have to go back maybe about 60 or 70 laps to find
anything.
There
We've got something on the screen. That's all I need to do. That'll do.
There we go.
Luke Georgeson is on screen now.
I don't imagine he's going to want to, but I'm going to try and drag Mr. Maddie Hunter up here. Forgive me as I just sort through this to actually get him into the booth as I drag Matt Hunter up here, kicking and screaming. I'm sure he's not going to want to be in this booth at the moment. Matty Hunter, how's it going, Matt?
Yeah, pretty annoyed. Pretty frustrated.
Better, I'm sure. Look, obviously things went wrong. There was a minor issue with the fact that lights didn't work tonight.
Yeah.
Obviously, the track has lights. It just doesn't have lights in iRacing, which is really frustrating. Obviously, it couldn't carry on with that race as it was because it's just a bit crazy out there.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea of what we're going to be doing, sort of on official wise, on what's going to be going on, what's going to be happening with the results on that one?
Well, I won't count the results for this one. We do have two. At the end of the season, we do have 2-week break, so maybe we look at rerunning it and chucking it in one of those weeks. So yeah, and I'm a bit annoyed because normally when you put up a race in iRacing, it'll tell you that it doesn't have night racing. Like it says this track doesn't have lights. So yeah, usually it works out how long your session's going to be, and it knew it was going to go into nighttime. And in the past, it would say that there's no lights on this track, so you don't do it. So I didn't get that warning, and here we are. So I own it 100%, totally 100% my mistake, and apologies to all the drivers. But yeah, we'll look at maybe making up the round a little bit later on.
Yeah,
push it back or add it on at the end.
I don't know if maybe like a sort of half points for count back or something before the yellow or sort of something. I think honestly it's one of those that's going to be a bit of a scrapper. It's an absolute shame because there was some really good drives out there. Just the fact that people were able to drive out there in the dark was amazing.
Just so you're aware, it's green action and the guys are still racing out there at the moment. Just for interest's sake.
Well, the crazy people are.
Skirley's in front.
Michael Skurlock and Jaeger are both out there. But yeah, obviously a big shame for that one. Look, thanks so much, Matt. And look, obviously owning up to the issue. I mean, look, it happens. Unfortunately, these mistakes do happen.
I certainly wanted to make Josh Micklemore's 300th race memorable.
Yeah,
does this count as a 300th race, or he's going to do it again now?
Count as 300th. Yeah,
It's certainly done that.
It will not count, unfortunately. I mean, so thanks so much, Maddie Hunter. Sure we'll catch you again soon.
All right.
We'll grab up. Just grab a couple of drivers as well before we finish up with broadcast, because obviously we'll finish up shortly. We will grab up Ryan Jones. Just quickly, the man that was basically dominating that race and doing a great job. The man that's been eating all his carrots because he was driving very well in the dark. Ryan Jones, welcome to the broadcast booth. Look, that was an unfortunate one. Obviously, mistakes were made, things went wrong, but you were having pretty much a faultless time out there.
I was. I did absolutely knock down the fence about 10 or 15 laps out from
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
from the blackout.
Yeah.
I looked down my relative at the wrong moment, and hey, I don't know what Matt said, and someone's going to call me out on this, but I've looked at the rule book, and this scenario is accounted for.
Yeah. Look, it's going to be one of those ones where we're going to have to have a big discussion. There will be new. Look, check on the Facebook and socials, of course. Force majeure. We got to what 75% race distance, over 75. So
In the
you know,
case of a race where over 50% has been completed, full points will be awarded.
yeah. So
Congratulations, Ryan Jones, on winning the ANZCAR round 6. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna claim it. I mean,
No. Look, we are going to give you the victory of the ANZCAR Night Champion. So you've got the Night Driving Championship. That is definitely a win, even though it may not say it at the moment, but you were leading through that night time. I mean, obviously, how were you able to not crash?
well, once it started getting pretty dark, obviously I moved back in with Mum recently, so I yelled out to her, come and turn my overhead light off, because it was just glaring on my screen. So she turned that off, and I could see a bit better. And I was racing in darkness, and but as I said, I knocked the fence down. I wasn't doing it that great.
Yeah.
But just more muscle memory. I was laser focused. I've never been more focused in my life, I don't think.
Do you see a future for this league going on with this type of racing?
No, probably not.
Our
Maybe
Facebook chat seems to think it's a winner. We've stumbled across an amazing thing.
it sounds like an idea for Max Banks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sperry and Reese might want to know about that.
I think blind racing is got a future. We'll definitely have to look at it in sometime in the future. But look, congratulations on the times where we could see you tonight. You looked good out there. Obviously, we didn't see the mistake too much because it was too dark. So while you're out there in the light, it looks good. All right, look, thank you so much, Ryan. Hopefully, we'll catch you back in the booth soon, mate.
Cheers, mate.
And just quickly as well, we'll grab up the Mr. 299. We'll grab up 299 man himself, Josh Micklemore. The man that's never going to forget his 299th race in ANZCAR. Josh Micklemore. The Affinity Construction Atlanta race didn't go too well at the end. Obviously, forgot to pay the electric bills tonight. That was a bit of a different one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're counting that one as the 300th or not.
Ryan Jones reckons
not.
it's a shoe-in. It has to be counted. We'll chase it.
Don't worry about him.
It's 299.5.
I won't forget tonight. It's the first time that's ever happened as long as I've been sim racing.
It's interesting out there, to say the least. Obviously, tricky conditions out on the track.
Like from lap 60 onwards, honestly, I couldn't really see. I had to get out of the throttle a bit, and then when it went full pitch black, well, that's when the caution obviously came out, and I was just around the fence and just rolling around the fence is the only way I could get around. But yeah, it was pretty insane. Never seen that before.
Oh, Wilco, just jump on with the pace car, because the pace car doesn't even have headlights.
I don't even know how to do that right now. How do I get on the pace car?
I'm just looking. The pace car. It's got the LEDs around the front of it, but it's not got the actual headlights. There we go. So there's not even pace car lights to use out there. Look. Unfortunately, it's one of those ones. At least we can laugh about it. Hopefully, though, we will get back to proper racing again soon. It looks like team-wise, it wasn't going too badly out there for yourself. Well, for Jason and Hamish. Your race, up to that point, you were struggling a little bit?
Well, to be honest with you, I signed up on my phone on the way home from Lamoureux tonight, about 2 hours away from home. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm going to sign up anyway. And I got in with 2 minutes left of qualifying, so I quickly set up my
Yeah,
stuff.
I did see a message saying that you just got home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that explains it.
So I got in with 2 minutes left, started rear field. I think we got up to the 9th or something there, but until it went black. But yeah, it was interesting.
Interesting indeed. Look, Josh, congratulations. Look, if tonight doesn't count, tomorrow will. 300 starts in ANZCAR. Thank you so much for sticking around. Hopefully, you'll have a good run in the Cup Series tomorrow night. And hopefully, we'll get to chat to you back in the booth soon.
Yeah, we're at a road course tomorrow night, so we'll see what happens there. But
You're shooing. It's guaranteed.
I think he had a blinder of a night tonight.
He definitely had a blinder.
Definitely won't forget it.
The absolute brilliant one. Look, thank you so much, Joshy. Always a pleasure to have you in the booth for the Affinity Construction Mitch Motorsport team. And look, we'll catch you again soon.
No worries. Cheers for everything you guys do.
I don't know if you'll
All
start
right,
it up tonight. So we're on board with the pace car at the moment. Can I ask a stupid question? Why have they got the Sunco signage lit up, but not the actual lights for the track?
I don't know. I'm just.
At what stage do they envisage we need the Sunco lights to be
I
lit
know.
up?
I guess the only thing I can think is the fact that they go, well, I guess you could race GTs around here in the dark with headlights, and then you've got, the sponsorship lights. But it just that is just, oh gosh.
Here we are. We're coming past the pit entry now with the pace car, and you can see it's lovely lit up with the Sunoco
it's Sunoco oil, and that's it. Look,
that's a nice.
I think we get an early night tonight. I think that's the good news. So unfortunately,
and I thought it was my PC that was going to be blacked out tonight, not the race.
I've got PC's blacking out to races blacking out to myself blacking out as well, I'm sure, at some stage during that broadcast. Thank you so much, Mark, for jumping up. You're going to be with us tomorrow night for the Cup commentary?
I definitely will. I'll get home tomorrow and I'll have a look at some track notes so I know where what corners we're at. And as I said, the too many. Normally for me, it's too many right-hand turns.
Road America tomorrow for the ANZCAR Cup, of course. So
we did that for Thunder last week. It's a very interesting little track.
Yeah, great track. Really, really cool little place. It's going to be an interesting one. Of course, there is the Australasian V8 Supercars series.
They've got headlights. They could race tonight.
Exactly. I think we're going to have to talk to Mr. Raymond Yeager even about doing a night race here at Atlanta with the headlights, because I reckon that would be really fun.
It'd be an off week thing. I reckon he'd be all over it.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's when we'll see.
Is he actually down there in the? Is he lurking around? He is actually lurking around.
You said I was going to get an early night.
Yeah, I said that, but I didn't mean it. David Yeager, welcome to the booth. To this very dark booth. Just dragging you up tonight. Just thought I'd say hello to you, because we were just talking about, of course, the V8s, of course, the Australasian Supercar Series. Of course, one of the advantages of those cars, they do have headlights.
Yeah. So we were just talking about it down the green room. Actually, we were just talking about it happened. I accidentally put the session up for too late at Talladega one time, and obviously Talladega doesn't have lights. So luckily we had the V8s, so we had the headlights, and it actually looked all right on the broadcast because of the headlights. So it was quite good. But tonight was. It was a lot of fun once the lights went out, to be honest. Something different. You don't get to do it very often, obviously.
No, it's a very different experience. We were just talking about that ourselves. It would be interesting to see the old V8s with the headlights out on the oval circuit. I imagine that would be a good laugh. So maybe a bit of an off week or something like that. We could look at doing something a bit fun like that. But
Yeah,
the
look,
ANZCAR
absolutely.
sponsored ANZCAR Thunder sponsored round at Atlanta at night with the V8s. Just a quick side note, Ramiro, just for your piece of trivia information: the iRacing pace car does not have headlights either.
Yes, no, I knew that because I passed him a couple of times when we were under caution there. So I knew he didn't have lights, but he's got those lights on the top, so I could see for a little bit, which was nice.
At least there's some couple of lights, occasional lights. P2 tonight for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Look, it was going well until old Dave Douglas there just wrecked me. He said he couldn't see me, but I don't know why not. Mate.
No, he could have. He
Seemed
had
like a cop out.
He had you lined up from a mile out. Don't worry.
Yeah,
You could see you from half a
that's
track
what I
away.
thought. That's what I
Look,
thought. To be honest,
even if the lights were on, Dave wouldn't be able to see you. He's an old man these days, and his vision's not so great.
yeah, well, that's what I just said to him down in the green room, mate. I was like, it didn't matter that the lights were off. You still would have wrecked me, mate. Come on, let's be real.
Look, he should have felt you with his white cane before he got up to the back of you. And
Exactly.
So,
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But no, it was a lot of fun, and obviously it'll be scrapped or whatever they're going to do with the race. But I mean, it was a lot of fun. So
no, that's all.
Yeah.
Look, cheers for jumping up. We will catch you again soon, and look, hopefully get you up in the green room for some good chat for some actual podium finishes.
Well, yeah, it would be nice, man. It's been a long time. So obviously, I only talk to you on Sundays. So I'd like to talk to you during ANZCAR, but not good enough apparently.
Not enough at all.
That's it. We'll get you back here. I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
Too easy, guys. Thanks for having a chat.
Raymond Yeager there, of course. Look, big thanks to Mike Johansson. Big thank you to Mr. Peter Wilco Wilkinson. Look, tonight did not go as planned, as you can see, but we will get everything back. As I said, head over to the Facebook page, ANZCAR Facebook page, and ANZCAR.com as well for the website for all the details. Mark, of course, Weekend Warriors coming up on Saturday as well.
Yeah, favourite track of everyone's back to a short track.
Always fun stuff, so that will be exciting, I'm sure. And of course, we have the Australasian E-Series coming up on Locked On Lads, Locked On Lads TV. Wilco coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, we do. Hopefully, if I get this PC set up by then, you might see the new broadcasting PC sorted out and bringing that to you with some beautiful graphics and stuff like that. But yeah, that'll be the next time you see Locked On Lads TV. Locked On Racing will be racing hopefully tomorrow night. All things going well with the Vet Series. I'll be racing around Le Mans actually. So keep an eye out for that one. And I'm trying to probably do a test stream on Monday night next week. Braden Martin, championship leader, going to the final round of the SRW Truck Series, which is sort of the learning truck series before you go up to the ANZCAR one. So,
a good old Circuit de la Sarthe.
Yeah,
look, get a bit of practice for you at night, of course, because it's always dark at Le Mans. It's always dark.
That's it.
Always dark in the south of France.
It'll be dark when I bury myself in the sandpit, I think, at the end of the thing. But that's what we've got lined up. Yeah, so you'll see us. Yeah, see me tomorrow night. You'll see the rest of the team on Sunday night. Sorry, and then we're building up for the Le Mans. No, the Spa 24-hour at the end of next month. So got a bit of a charity drive heading up for that. So keep an eye out for more details on that soon. But I want to wrap this up because I need to get some sleep. So thank you, Carl. Thank you, Mark, for hanging around with us for this very, very dark night in history. We will be back, like I said, soon. And thank you everyone who's been subscribing and following us on all the things. It's been great to see all the feedback. And we will be back soon. Have a great night all. Bye.